Hey everybody, and welcome to another edition of All Things Universal Orlando. Today we're going to be looking at the top 5 attractions, top 5 things you should be doing at Hogsmeade in Islands of Adventure. Hey, before we get started, I just want to ask you to like and subscribe, hit the bell notification so you can be made aware every time we put out a new video. Well, we're going to continue in breaking down different sections of the park here today and look at some of the top 5 things to do in a specific area. And today we're going to look at probably the number 1 place in all of Universal Orlando, and that is Hogsmeade there in Islands of Adventure. This was, to me, and I think to most people, the most impressive and amazing thing ever done in any theme park. The all-inclusive themed area to where you felt, I'm transported somewhere else. I can't be anywhere else. You can't see out of this area. And they captured something, and boy, Disney was instantly in a race to match it with Galaxy's Edge. From the theming standpoint and the all-inclusive kind of thing, maybe Disney matched it with that. The theming is supposed to be pretty good. The problem is I think they just watered down Star Wars to where people don't care about that as much the way they do about Harry Potter. Maybe you disagree, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not knocking Disney for doing Star Wars. I think it's a great idea, and they've clearly put together a great thing. Good for them. Happy for them. But right now we're talking about Hogsmeade. This was the first of its kind. There's been nothing like this before it. Nowhere had any theme park ever created such an exclusive and inclusive place as they did with Hogsmeade. To me, what was impressive about it is how they took an already created area, added a little bit to it, but rethemed some things to make it fit right in there. I'm talking, of course, with Dueling Dragons becoming Dragon Challenge, Flight of the Unicorn becoming Flight of the Hippogriff, things like that. But man, they just did such a good job of this. I remember the first time I walked into Hogsmeade, I was blown away. I could not believe what I was seeing. That I was in a theme park and not transported somewhere else was an amazing, amazing thing. And they've just expanded upon it now with the new Hagrid coaster, which is amazing. This is just an amazing, amazing property. Probably my favorite place in all of Universal, next to Marvel Superhero Island. So let's get right to the countdown.
Great Scott! Number 5.
Number 5 is all of the interactive wand experiences that they have. All throughout Hogsmeade and shop windows, you can take your interactive wand and you can make something happen, make something levitate or something open or close or spin, whatever that happens to be. Little kids love this. Big kids love this. Grown-ups love this. Senior adults love this. Everybody seems to like this. It's kind of a fun thing. The only downside is that if you don't have an interactive wand, you can't participate, and the wands are pricey. Nonetheless, this is something that is enjoyable to do. I don't have to talk a lot about number 5. You know what I'm talking about most likely. And if you don't, go check out YouTube and just type in Hogsmeade Universal Studios Interactive Wand Experiences, whatever. Some YouTuber is going to come up and it's going to show you all the people doing these things. It's a fun thing to do, and you should be doing it. It is the number 5 thing to do in Hogsmeade.
Number 4! Boop, 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 boop.
Number 4 is the Flight of the Hippogriff. It was originally the Flying Unicorn, and it was a fun roller coaster, kind of a kiddie coaster, but it was very short. It's still short. But they've rethemed it, and now it's Flight of the Hippogriff, and they really rethemed it well. In fact, I think even though the queue is really just a line, the things that you see in the queue are amazing. Hagrid's hut there, spectacular. And I mean, when you're waiting in line, watching that or walking by the hut, you're taking everything in, and it's just amazing. And they've done the same thing now with Hagrid's coaster, where you see the other side of the hut, and they've extended it in different areas and just taken the theming to a whole nother level. Really just an amazing queue, which is part of this ride. But then once you get on the ride and you're going up the lift to where the ride can start, and you pass the Buckbeak animatronic, which is cool. It's really good. If I have a downside to this, is that it's a kiddie coaster and it's not comfortable for a man. I'm 6 feet tall, and it's not comfortable for me to sit in that cart. And if I have to sit with someone else, it's really uncomfortable. And usually they don't make me do that. They kind of understand that. But it's a fun roller coaster. It's just very short. There's one really nice view where you get to see Hogwarts from an elevated position. Other than that, though, it's just a pretty simple roller coaster. It's good, and it's fun, and it's one of those things you should be doing. And for all those reasons, it comes in at number 4.
Tree and a hop. Wait, tree or tree and a hop?
Number 3 is Ollivander's Wand Experience, the wand selecting the witch or the wizard. They have this over in Diagon Alley as well, but it was first here, and just wow. I mean, this is amazing. I like it better at Diagon Alley, but I think that's because Ollivander's is actually in Diagon Alley. Even though they put it here in Hogsmeade, I'm okay with that, even though it's not true to the book. It's still awesome. And to go in there and watch the interaction of the Ollivander employee helping your child or another child or a guest have the wand selection experience is not to be missed. There are YouTube videos. Go check them out to see these things. There's some amazing, amazing things there. This is one of my favorite things to do. It made the top 5 list when I did the top 5 shows video, and it's in the top 5 here, and it's just not to be missed. It's a great experience. I've shared with you before. My daughter's been picked endless times. It's worth doing. We do it every time, at least once, and I probably don't see that changing every time we go back. And I would encourage you to make it an important part of what you're doing there when you go to Hogsmeade. This should be something you should do. You should not miss this. And for those reasons, it comes in at number 3.
Well, here's number 2.
Number 2, Forbidden Journey. Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. Man, I mean, until the refurbishment of a different roller coaster, this would have been number 1. It's won multiple awards for the best dark ride. In fact, it kind of took over the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man ride as the top dark ride in any theme park. This was another game-changing ride. It was another unique ride that was not like anything else. It featured motion and virtual reality, and it was just great, the interactive experience that you have on this ride. But the best part about this ride to me really isn't necessarily the ride, is the queue when you walk through Hogwarts and you're in all of the different classrooms or in Dumbledore's office, all the things that you see, the pictures talking on the wall and moving on the wall. I could go on and on talking about why this is an amazing ride. Probably I could do the top 5 things about Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. I mean, this is such a good ride, such a game-changing ride, that the fact that it's not number 1 just kind of floors me that there's something that I think is better than this. That's how good this is. There's nothing bad about this ride. That's not true. There's one thing really bad about this ride, and that's the locker experience. You can't take anything on the ride, understandably, and because it's such a popular ride, the locker rooms where you put your stuff is horribly, horribly, horribly overcrowded. Doesn't smell good, and it becomes an area of irritation, and so I don't like that. But I understand they're trying to do something to fix that. I don't know if that's true. I've not verified that, but I have heard that multiple times and from multiple sources. If they get that fixed, man, they're on to something. I'm not going to ruin this ride for you. It's great. If you've never been on it, do not miss this. This is one of the highlight things to do in any theme park. It is a game-changing ride and one of the best things that's out there. Go do it. And for all of these reasons, Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey comes in at number 2. Now, before we get to the number 1, I'm going to give you an honorable mention and then count down the top 5 so far. My honorable mention is all of the gift shops and having a Butterbeer. The gift shops are fantastic, ridiculously pricey, no doubt, but there's so much amazing things to see in there. My wife says go and leave me there all afternoon, and she will just go through the gift shops, not buy anything, look at all the stuff, and take it all in. There's so much to see. There's so many cool gift ideas that I think that it deserves an honorable mention. There's also the Butterbeer. I mean, this is a pretty cool thing, and you can get it frozen, you can get it a regular cool one, and you can even get it hot seasonally, and I understand they're trying to do that. They're trying to bring that into be a full-time thing. Listen, it's an honorable mention because it's not really an attraction, but enjoying the gift shops, having a Butterbeer is something that you should be doing every time you go to Hogsmeade. So let's count down the top 5 so far. Number 5, the interactive wand experience. This is something that's pretty cool, to stand in front of these windows and make these magic spells take place. It's just a fun thing to do. Number 4, Flight of the Hippogriff. A truly fun ride, a kiddie coaster that's been themed beautifully and is fun for anybody, all ages. Number 3, Olivanders Wand Interactive Show, where the wand selects the witch or wizard. Don't miss this. Great show. You can also see it at Diagon Alley. Don't miss this when you're in Hogsmeade. Make sure you go see this. Number 2, Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey. Like I said, that this isn't number 1 is kind of ridiculous because it's such an amazing, amazing ride. It was a game-changing ride. I just got through telling you all about it, so I don't need to go on about it again. So here it is.
Number 1!
The number 1 attraction, the number 1 thing you should be doing at Hogsmeade is Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure. Did I say it right? I don't care. You know what I'm talking about. This is the funnest roller coaster I have ever been on. It is not the most thrilling roller coaster I've ever been on. It's not as thrilling as Hulk or Rip Ride. It's not as thrilling as Mummy, but it's more fun. There's nothing like this. You're being out in the element. You're on the motorcycle or in the sidecar. I like the motorcycle better, but it doesn't matter. Either one you do is great. I mean, it really, really is. All of the character interactions, the animatronic of Hagrid inside. I'm not going to ruin anything for you, so I'm not going to tell you everything that happens. There's no spoiler alerts. All of the launches, everything that happens in this ride is amazing. From the moment you're on it to the moment you get off, you're smiling, you're emotional, it's a spectacularly fun thing to do. The theming is great, the queue is great, everything about this. There's really nothing bad about it. If there's a knock, is that it does seem to break down a lot, but I know that's not too uncommon with new rides. There is forever long lines. The only way to do this, here's a pro tip, best way to do that, get to Islands of Adventure 30 minutes before it opens. Be in line, be one of the top 20 people, 30 people, 50 people to get into the park. Go straight back to the ride. You don't have to run, just walk briskly, and you'll be on that usually in 30 minutes if it's open on that day or if they're opening it first thing in the morning. And if not, they usually will tell you about that ahead of time. You should get a rope drop every time you go to the park anyway for all of the advantages of that. But with this ride, we did that the last time we were there in September. We got to ride this thing 3 times and never once did we wait more than 30 minutes. In fact, 2 times we waited about 20 minutes. It was thrilling. It was wonderful. It was so much fun. Universal nailed this. Their creative team did an amazing job with this roller coaster. It's worth doing. It is unique. There's nothing like it. And for all of these reasons, Hagrid's Magical Creature Motorbike Adventure comes in as the number 1 thing you should be doing when you go to Hogsmeade at Islands of Adventure. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, hit the bell notification, put your top 5 up there. Tell me what you think of this one. And remember, bless somebody else today. Go do something really, really good, really nice for somebody else today, expecting nothing in return, and watching what amazing things happen in your life. We'll see you.